What you are about to experience is out of this world. Politics, history, and of course, a lot of entertainment. It's time to rock it with the Docket. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Kyle Dockery with the Dockery Docket. We are here with another fantastic episode of the Dockery Docket. I'm excited to be here and hope that you are excited to be here as well. So there's a new virus spreading in the United States right now, especially in the leftist media. And now, this virus isn't like COVID-19 or the flu. Instead, this different virus, or syndrome as I call it, is spread by lack of common sense and also lack of understanding. It first starts out with Trump derangement syndrome, where everything in the world is Donald Trump's fault. Airplanes are falling out of the sky, that must be Trump's fault. Egg prices are going up, that must be Trump's fault. And everything in the world is terrible because he's an evil orange man who's terrible, evil, and orange. You can usually find these people with Trump derangement syndrome on X or a new leftist platform called Blue Sky, where they are constantly complaining about different things that Trump has really no control over. So Trump derangement syndrome then morphs into this new syndrome, which is causing people to start yelling in the streets. It's starting to make people protest in the streets, to sing different songs about how much they hate this man, and that is Elon Musk. This new variant is Elon Musk derangement syndrome. For some reason, now leftists hate it when there are millionaires and billionaires in politics. Except if they are George Soros or George Soros funded, or they are a bunch of celebrities that constantly shrill for the Democrats over and over again, or they are Democrats that get millions of dollars from Big Pharma, even though they only get paid thousands of dollars in their Senate job. But Elon Musk is bad because he wasn't elected. Oh my goodness. And also, he did a Nazi salute one time, and now he's taking all of our money. Well, half of that isn't true, and Elon Musk is now in charge of a new government program called the Department of Government Efficiency, also known as DOGE. His job is to go into different government agencies and make sure they are spending money correctly and making sure that the government is operating efficiently. That's in DOGE. And basically what Elon is finding is how much waste the government is spending. And boy, he found some juicy stuff. Let's take a look at it. As Elon Musk's first big target was at the Elon Musk's first big target was at the United States Agency for As Elon Musk's first big target was at the United States Agency of International Development, also known as USAID, or USAid, or usaid, or whatever you want to call it to shorten it. I'm gonna go with USAID. And then you have people freaking out and they'll say, oh, well, it's international development. We like international development. We should keep all of our money into that. We can't get rid of that government program. I mean, all of this money has to be going to good things, right? It's the government spending it. It has to be good. Well, let's just take a look into what these different let's look into what this government agency is spending our taxpayer dollars on. $2 million for a Moroccan pottery class, $20 million for a Sesame Street show in Iraq, money to send Ukrainians to a fashion show in Paris, $1.5 million for DEI in Serbia, $70,000 for a DEI musical in Ireland, $47,000 for a transgender surgery in Peru, another $2 million went to sex changes in Guatemala, and $15 million for contraceptives and condoms in the Taliban-controlled Afghanistan. Now, this agency was created by executive order by John F. Kennedy, and its main goal was to try and fight communism. But apparently now, these different countries aren't fighting communism anymore. We're spending millions of dollars on stupid pottery classes for some reason. Why? Why are we spending our money, our taxpayer dollars, on this crap? Well, Elon Musk pointed all of this out to President Donald Trump, and he was basically annoyed with it. He wanted all of this money back. And so he gave Elon Musk the green light to just get rid of USAID. As it was reported that Trump wants to cut these different workers from USAID in half. as the people that worked for USAID in Washington, D.C. were told to go home. And Trump has also claimed that he wants to slash the workforce from 10,000 people to only 300 people. And then the letters of USAID from the Ronald Reagan building were taken down and left in a pile on the ground. And then the sign in front of the building was blacked out where it said USAID. It was beautiful to watch. Elon Musk later said in a statement that it became apparent that it's not an apple with a worm. What we had was just a ball of worms. You've got to basically get rid of the whole thing. It was beyond repair. So he had no way of fixing it, so he said, let's just get rid of it and we can restart. Now, I know what you're thinking. Who cares if the government is spending all this money on this different crap that we could have spent on building better roads or helping different people across our country? Who cares? It's all a bunch of worthless crap, but it isn't that bad, right? Right? Well, it gets much worse, as it looks like the USAID was sending money to different media organizations that were going against Donald Trump and his agenda, as Politico was rewarded a total of $8.2 million from USAID. $8.2 million? Why is our taxpayer money going to some media outlet? And now Politico has come out and said that this was just the cost of a subscription by the different people that were working at the USAID. But I think that is a bunch of crap. I think that somehow the government was using this different fund to give it to different media outlets to go against Donald Trump and our political values. Because you have to remember that Politico was the paper that released the leaked Dobbs decision, which almost killed a Supreme Court justice of the United States. Politico was also the one that released that story that 51 former intelligence agents claimed that the laptop that Hunter Biden had was Russian misinformation, which turned out to be wrong. The New York Times also got a bunch of money from USAID. The New York Times also received thousands of dollars in funds from USAID, even though they lied about the Russia scandal that happened when Donald Trump first came in 2016. They even won a Pulitzer Prize for that. Last but not least, the BBC, that's not even an American company, were getting thousands to millions of dollars, because it is just ridiculous that these different companies are getting millions and millions of dollars to spread misinformation across our country. And all that Elon Musk is doing is pointing this out, and the media is just flipping out, and they're going absolutely crazy. And they're claiming that this is the worst thing that could ever happen in our country. And how could he do this? How dare Elon Musk find the corruption that we knew about all along and is exposing it to Donald Trump? We can't let him do that. Here's the thing. The politicians and the media got caught red-handed. We found out what they were doing. We know what they are doing. We know that they are somehow getting all of this money. And now Elon Musk is getting rid of USAID and other programs, and they are freaking out because they are going to be losing this money. And you know what's going to happen next? They are going to move on to different government agencies, as there was a report that came out recently that Doge is now in the IRS. That's a good thing. We need to know what they are doing with our money. And all of this is just a big audit on the government. Why is it such a bad thing? You know that the Pentagon has failed an audit 7 times? 7 times. What are they doing with our money? We need to go in there and find out what they're doing with our tax dollars. We pay the government so then they can help us. But instead, they're sending it off to some weird foreign land for pottery classes. It is absolutely stupid. We should have all that money here for us. We should care about our citizens first, not the world. Us. And all that Donald Trump and Elon Musk and Doge is trying to do is save us money. Save us millions to billions of dollars. Well, no, apparently all of this isn't a good thing, and according to the left, it is leading to a constitutional crisis, because Donald Trump has signed different executive orders to send different money here and send different money there, and apparently there are different rogue judges who are saying, no, you can't do that, you have to spend the money here, you have to spend the money there, and Donald Trump wants to work around them, and this is causing everyone to freak out. How could Donald Trump do this? That's terrible! But how soon do we forget that AOC went on television and told Joe Biden that he should ignore the courts and continue his program of eliminating student aid? And then how easily do we forget that Joe Biden, even though the Supreme Court labeled it as unconstitutional, claimed that he can still go around the courts and get student loans canceled? Was all of that a constitutional crisis? No, it wasn't. It was completely fine and encouraged by the Democratic Party. When Trump does it, it's the end of democracy, but when Joe Biden does it, it's perfectly fine and perfectly great. And if you go back in time into 2016, you will see that the Democrats used this exact same line of attack against Donald Trump. It's the same exact book, it's the same exact script, but Donald Trump is ripping that script apart and is going full force on this media and on these judges and all this stupid crap that they're trying to throw in his way, and he's doing a great job. And with that, I just want to thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Dockery Docket. And until next time, like my mom always says, be good, be kind, be loving, goodbye.